No one started Euphoria yet?
Alan
Fuck no.
Tudyk? Alan Tudyk?
Yeah, Alex Unick.
I think you should watch 3 episodes and tell me you don't finish the season.
I think you should fuck off, Kyle.
You have something better to do, Drew?
Yeah, it's called not watching fucking Euphoria.
All I know is that from that outfit, I'm going to fucking show up in Venice one day. I'm going to be taking my chick on a fucking romantic-ass date. We're going to be in this goddamn boat. I'm going to look back and Drew's going to have a big-ass stick. Just...
All right, Kyle.
That was good.
All right.
Sandra Bullock.
So fine.
Fucking love Sandy B.
Honestly, if we had to, I know that like 75% of this podcast is in a committed relationship, but if we had to pick one woman in their prime throughout the years, right? So like, don't think of the prime as like a snapshot, but like a median, like the running average of their prime, right? Who would we pick as from the moment we could first be attracted to women till now? Who would be the MVP of our timeline?
My girlfriend.
Drew's girlfriend.
Drew's goddamn girlfriend. Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis is good, but I think Sandra Bullock like had a strong 30 years.
For sure.
She is.
She's aged like a fine wine.
Jennifer Aniston's up there as well.
Same. Not the rest of her co-stars on that show. Like,
Absolutely.
and honestly, any of them.
Like fucking butter.
Yeah,
Loki, the Scream chick. That first movie came out in like '96, and it's 22. No, like the one that's in everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, the chick that played. I mean, Courtney Cox is in everyone.
Yeah, Courtney Cox like peaks and.
Jennifer Aniston's in one of the Leprechaun movies.
Huh?
That doesn't surprise me.
Jennifer Aniston's in one of the Leprechaun movies.
Sarah Michelle Gellar was in Scream 2.
Was it Demi Moore? Fuck.
I don't even know who you're talking about anymore.
Demi Moore?
Demi Moore, right?
Yeah, Demi Moore.
Demi, right, though? It's Demi? Like...
I don't fucking know, Kyle, or care.
I think it's just Demi.
No, because Demi is Lovato, and I thought they pronounced them differently.
No, maybe
I thought it was Demi Lovato and Demi Moore.
Heard both of them said both ways.
You've heard Demi Lovato?
I mean, probably. I feel like I could definitely hear a white dad being like, "Hey, honey, you know that Demi Lovato?
Okay,
well, that's different."
That's relatable.
And how many white dads do you know?
Most.
One, so.
First of all, 50% of my DNA is contrary to your beliefs.
Our entire podcast makes up 2
Podcast.
I think we have just about everything, right?
What? What minorities?
No.
I mean, just
we don't have a woman.
We have Nathan's hair.
Yeah, that counts, right? We got someone with long hair.
Lengthy.
We got your pussy.
I got titties.
I got my painted nails. Is that feminine enough for you?
This has been all over the place. Welcome to the SpaceBar podcast.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for tuning back in. Episode 17, I do believe, indubitably.
Indeed.
Welcome. We have a lot of episodes to go, but I would still say this is its infancy. And so if you're watching this in the week of release or very soon after, we appreciate you. If you're watching this in the future, hopefully we're not all dead. And hopefully
Allegedly.
This is still going on and we have current episodes that you can catch up on. Hopefully Russia stopped being a bitch. Hopefully gas prices aren't $7 a gallon. Hopefully Amazon.
I just feel a lot of jinxes going on, so let's just stop talking.
Yeah.
Hopefully Arcane Season 2 was dope.
Why are you... asked you to stop.
We're the SpaceBar Podcast. I'm Kyle.
I'm Drew.
I'm Eric.
I'm Nathan.
I thought you were going to sit there for a long time again.
I thought it was too.
He doesn't sit there when he's the last one. It's only when he's the second to last one.
You remember that one time? Me and Nathan, or me and
He sat there for like 20 seconds.
He was the
me and
last
Eric
one?
both said
Yeah.
our names, and then Eric was just like, or Nathan
Well,
was
yeah,
like,
it's because like I was waiting for Eric to say something, and I wasn't just like sitting there like, "What's next?"
I mean, you kind of were.
I mean, that's what it looked like for sure.
Speaking of Arcane, I was talking to Eric about it, and I really want a Valorant show a lot like Arcane.
That would be sick. It would be really sick.
If you don't know what Valorant is,
Of this?
if you're not one of our gaming listeners, Valorant is a game made by Riot, who also developed the show Arcane, which is based off another game that they have called League of Legends. Just to fill in any gaps in case you're a listener that doesn't know the weaving storylines of Riot games.
I'm a listener that didn't know the weaving storylines of that. So.
Yeah.
I got a weaving story.
Have you
line for
even
in my
finished
pants.
Arcane? Oh yeah, you said it wasn't for you because you're an
Yeah,
idiot.
The Rock was in it, so obviously it was terrible.
I want to say at some point I did
You
go
hated it.
back. Like, if I didn't finish it, I got pretty far into.
There's only 9 episodes, so
How
Whatever.
far? It's pretty far, but
I'm trying to remember a plot point. And the last thing I can remember.
possible spoilers coming.
Her dad's dead, and then still a
first of all,
good guy.
literally
One's a
the
bad
first thing
guy.
that happens in the entire show.
Is that the first
No,
episode?
it's like the third season. Or it's like the third
no,
episode.
no, because that's not her dad. Her parents died
He
literally.
means, he means who you think he means. He doesn't mean they're
But when the
little,
series opens, it's during
Yeah.
the
You
first.
know who he
Oh my!
means,
I'm
Kyle.
just,
Come
I'm just
on.
clarifying
Why are you
that that's
playing
not her
devil's
dad.
you're not my dad. Fucking noodlehead.
You're not my dad.
So someone's dead, and then one girl goes to the dark side, the other girl stays a good guy, and I feel like I might have gotten to an encounter of theirs.
Of which type? The fourth kind?
Like after. Post whatever
Malone?
happens that makes them
I think that's like episode 6 or 7.
switch sides.
Which is crazy because it comes before episode 3.
like
but
I literally
that's
can't
the
even
secret.
remember I can't even remember the like the conflict that led to them picking sides.
Jinx is a fuck up, and she fucked up a rescue plan.
I remember that.
Killed everybody.
Yeah, so
Literally killed
basically,
everybody.
yeah, she just gets left by herself, and Vi, like, basically turns her back on her as their children, and then she gets picked up by the fucking godfather
Creepy bad guy.
of the streets. What's it? The lanes, and that's how she becomes bad. She kind of, I think she thinks, I don't know, I think she thinks Vi's dead, right? He tells her Vi's dead. I think he tells her that Vi's dead. I think Chamber tells her that Vi's dead. You can't tell me that's not Chamber.
It's not Chamber, that's Silco.
I'm saying it's the same face. They use the same face. Silco
not
is
to
Chamber with a
tell
fucked up
An
eye.
Asian guy to stop Asian hate, but stop Asian hate.
Couldn't be me,
That's
bro.
fucking Chamber. I don't
You
give a
want to
fuck.
hear a
It's not
completely
Chamber.
Silco got
unrelated-
lost in France for 17 years, and he came out as Chamber.
Completely different face. Pull them up side by side right now. It's a completely different face. I think Silco has got a slimmer face. Making more work for the video. Anyways,
mean-
back to the original
Yeah, that was
point
a-
of this whole
So
conversation.
here, let me paint a
Tangent.
picture real quick.
Between the lore, okay, all right, thank you. I'm glad I was.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go.
No. I mean, I was gonna steer completely off topic because you got me looking at Drew, and then I was gonna take us on a tangent. Like,
We are already
Left
on a tangent,
field.
brother.
this is a tangent of a tangent, though.
This whole podcast is a tangent.
All right, so basically, with all the lore that they've already like kind of put out there, and just in the game alone, right? I think they could make a full couple, maybe like I don't know, 3 to 5 seasons of Valorant encounters and backstory. I think it would be really good.
I think they're going to finish Arcane before they do anything else.
I don't know. It is Netflix. Netflix just be canceling shit for funsies.
But it's Riot. You got to understand that there's only so much manpower, and Riot does a really good job of continual development of their games. It's not like they drop a game and then they sit on their fucking asses. Like,
no, I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about Netflix literally just canceling the show.
No, they didn't.
You gotta
No,
think about.
oh my
Talking
God.
about in
He's
general.
talking about how Netflix just randomly snaps their fingers. They fucking Thanos shows, which is true. But you got to think about how much pull Tencent as a company has. It's like one of the largest fucking companies in the world. I think they have their hands on a lot of shit. I don't think that the partnership between Netflix and Tencent is the owner of Riot, by the way. I don't think they would be like, you know what, fuck it, fuck your show. It killed, right? It killed in every market.
They don't drop any shows that kill,
that's owned by Disney. So
Disney killed that though.
I don't know if they did or not.
They did because they were expanding.
But
Yeah, I can't think of a
they've been
single show.
canceling pretty good shit.
I mean, but good and popular are different words. You got to understand that they're doing it for the bread. And so just because a show is good doesn't mean it's popular. And they have to do what's best for their pocket, right?
Yeah. I think if anything, Netflix encourages, like, in the sense of if they see something that's gonna make a lot of money, they'll buy it. They'll buy the property.
Facts.
Because The Last Kingdom,
Black
was
Mirror?
not a Netflix show. Peaky Blinders is now a Netflix original, I think. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
They
saying
pick
they
up a lot.
cancel everything. but
Lucifer?
they also,
They picked up Lucifer,
yeah.
which they did a dope job with. But the problem is that they'll put out something that is very good in all of our opinions and everyone we know. But we gotta understand that we're the minority, right?
Yeah, you don't have to remind
Yeah,
me
I'm
about
told
it.
every day.
I get away with it.
Nah,
Do
see,
you?
remember what I
Do you
said
get
last
away
night?
with it?
You motherfucker.
That's
You just did it.
I guess that time was.
Yesterday, I was just, I can't remember what we were talking about, but I was like, at least I don't brag about passing as white. And he's like, I don't do that. I was like, Nathan, you do that all the time. And you just did it now.
Caught his ass.
No, that time I will say that was a brag for sure. Well, not a brag, but
Bro,
like
you have a nose ring.
I was admitted, like using it to my advantage. But most of the time, I feel like when I talk about being white passing, it's usually like in a confusing way, I guess.
No, it's a humble brag or a brag.
Weird flex, but okay.
Well, doesn't matter what you think because it's fact. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Jumping all the way off of Nathan's back. What are some shows that weren't affiliated with other agencies that got canceled that were really popular?
Like,
Young Justice.
No,
They
Netflix,
got-
Netflix
they got
shows.
picked up though,
Oh,
damn it, I just closed it. Hold on. I'm just looking at
and they kind of
some.
butchered it, but they did pick it back up for 2 more seasons. So.
yeah. third
Like,
season
I
was
can't
alright.
think of anything that Netflix
I haven't seen the fourth.
has
I've
been
seen
the
2
sole
episodes.
proprietor of that they canceled it that was super popular and good.
I don't think there's any. They run
Yeah.
shit into the ground.
Facts. Like Stranger Things, which
Yeah.
it's been good all the
They
time.
canceled Glow. That was a good show. Like, that was
Glow?
yeah.
The
Who?
The
Gorgeous Ladies
musical?
of Wrestling. No, it wasn't a musical.
Okay, but it was. There's no shot that was popular because none of us have heard of it except for you, and we're TV junkies.
Allison Bree's in it.
Yeah, you should get to see them titties, brother.
Allison Brie.
The younger
No.
chick.
The Community
Like-
chick.
Yeah, I can't
The
remember
what?
her name.
The
Oh,
what?
sorry, I said who, and then I said
Yeah,
Allison Brie.
he's in it.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to look, but this is a weird list.
The fuck is her name?
I wouldn't say hot. I wouldn't call her hot. She's cute. She's like
Allison-
schoolgirl cute. Right?
Don't make it
I
weird
wouldn't
for me, Calvin.
classify
In
Allison Brie as
Community,
hot.
yeah, but like
No, just as a person.
Out of Community, she's definitely hot.
We're not going to talk about the Santa episode when they're all trying to go to regionals.
Facts.
I mean,
And she's doing Santa, whatever.
On copyright Santa Baby slapped.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I
tell me
guess
you
so.
just finished Community without telling me you just finished.
Just started following the Community TikTok too. Pretty good. It just
Does anybody else get?
I'm trying to find Google lists, but all the lists are just coming up of recent shows that they canceled. I was like, I don't know any of the fucking recent shows. Like,
Read them. Someone besides you might know.
Does anybody before we go on
another
this,
lie.
Huh?
I just want to ask a quick question. Does anybody
yeah.
like on YouTube get ads in Spanish?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
You do? I wonder why that's a thing.
I get it. I get it on my Spotify as well because I have free Spotify because I use Apple Music.
I get fucking Spanish spam calls.
I've never picked up my phone to an unknown number.
Yeah.
I pick up the phone for everybody.
I mean, you have a job that requires that, don't you?
No, I have a work phone. I don't give fucking contractors my personal phone.
I'll give you my personal phone.
I would lose my mind. I already have your personal very much.
Personal phone number? We just sharing phones?
Yeah.
Take it away, Nathan.
Drop 'em off.
Yeah, I think I'm done with this conversation. I'm not gonna lie.
Same.
I think it's a little bit. We're beating a dead horse here. I think we should move on to something a little bit more interesting.
Because Netflix doesn't cancel good shows.
Yeah, I think once again Nathan is the lone wolf here.
I feel like that's a pretty popular opinion.
They are
Netflix
the
does that.
AMC
Like,
of
not the innovator
streaming
of that idea.
services.
I will give you that Netflix canceled shows that were good that had other affiliations they had to deal with.
That was just a throwaway comment, and now here we are.
Was it a throwaway comment? You're trying to get me riled up. All right.
It doesn't take much to get any of us right.
Oh God, just like gears or wheels. To this day.
That died off super quick. I haven't seen one of those in days.
I've actually been seeing more of them. I hadn't, like, when y'all were talking about it originally, I had not seen one. And then recently, I have, like, the last couple of days, I've seen a lot.
I mean, I was watching those
I'll give you the
TikToks
whole
before they were
Gears
cool.
Wheels things, but
I mean, I don't participate or, like, particularly care for the argument. I'm just, I sell doors, so I'm team doors.
You can elaborate on that?
No, that's just what I do for a living. I sell doors, so I have like I'm just like, the amount of doors that we sell, I'm just like, damn, that's a lot of shit.
Okay, what doors you sell is what elaborate means.
Doors?
Doors, yeah, I don't want
Like,
just doors,
like
Kyle,
to houses?
No, to like refrigerators and shit.
Okay, there we go.
Refrigerator doors.
Now I have a picture in my brain.
I think I said it best in my Facebook post is people who choose doors are big picture people and people who choose wheels are like detailed people or people who look into the details.
I don't think we can get to the psychology of what side.
Well, I just feel like people who choose doors are like, oh, I see doors all the time. Doors. It's clearly doors. There's a door there. There's a door here. There's a door here. And everybody who chooses wheels is like, yeah, but there's wheels in here and wheels over there. And even that door has wheels. And you have to like look into it a lot more.
Is void because on the psychological basis, because I don't choose doors because I see doors all the time. I choose doors because I think the way that people categorize wheels is incorrect. If it's just spinny, if it's just spinny circles, if we're talking spinny, all spinny circles are wheels, wheels win 100%.
I was literally in my head just thinking about, like, you said people count wheels wrong, and like the way I've seen people count the wheels on a chair, and I know we had this discussion as like 2 wheels, but it's definitely 1, like, because like on the box, the description, it says 5 wheels. It doesn't say 10-wheeled chair.
Facts, but even if it's only 1, it actually moves. People count like fans on the fucking, like the GPU in your computers as wheels. Those aren't fucking wheels. They don't fucking move. The basis of the argument was car wheels versus car doors.
You are taking your description of a wheel and applying it to everything.
The beginning of the TikTok argument was
every video that I have seen about, granted, I know I'm late to the party. Every video that I've seen about it, nobody has specified car wheel to doors. It's
well, because you weren't at the beginning. In the
doors.
beginning of the TikTok trend was a guy in a car wondering if there was more car wheels or door wheels. He didn't say car wheels or door wheels, but he was clearly picturing the car.
I think the original post was a Twitter post. That was just the question. Me and my boys are tripping over this. Are there more wheels or doors in the world? And it was just a thing.
I'm almost positive the beginning of it was in
if you're thinking to TikTok, let's not
specifically.
forget that TikTok just copies everything. So everybody tries
I feel
to
like
act
TikTok
like
has a lot of original content. I would disagree with that statement.
But it also copies everything else.
No. I think that the
Like,
original
there's
content it
literally
has gets
entire
copied by everybody.
categories of TikToks just
But
dedicated to
what I'm
people
saying is
laughing
the
at
content
tweets
that's
about
on
them.
TikTok, a lot of it originated on TikTok.
All I'm saying is you're putting your definition of wheel and forcing it on everybody.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that
Even
it's
if
not.
it
I'm
is
not
car
choosing
doors
doors,
versus wheels, it's
because
doors.
I'm not detail oriented. Because I guarantee you that I'm detail oriented. I'm just rebuffing
So
your
is a spare
psychological.
wheel a wheel?
What?
Is a spare wheel a wheel?
Yeah.
Okay, then why is a gear
A
not
spare
a wheel?
tile? Yes, because the purpose of it is to be a tire.
No. I'm not.
You
I'm
don't think
using
that
your
a spare
logic.
tire- No,
It's
no,
not
no.
a wheel by your definition. It's not a
because
wheel.
the purpose of it.
Okay,
it's the
so
purpose
the
of
purpose
the
of a
object.
gear is to spin on an axle, just like a fucking tire wheel. It's the same.
It's not the same.
Yes, it is, Kyle. It's a smaller wheel, and you refuse to. It's the point of this argument.
No,
Pluto's a planet.
I think that small wheels are still wheels. Like if you are talking about a Hot wheel, that's smaller than a gear of a car, and
Not
it's
on a
still
watch.
weird because the purpose of the wheel is to move the Hot Wheel.
But I'm done with this conversation because if you're going to use motion into it, that's literally what the purpose of a gear is.
No, the diameter of the gear does not move. It spins. It's like a fan. The fan on my computer. Would you call the fan on my computer a wheel?
No, that's not a wheel.
Right? Why not? A fan and a gear are the same thing.
No, they're not. Not by your definition.
Yes, they.
And they're both things that spin on an axle.
But without motion, yes.
Well, a fan needs a gear to spin, so.
Oh, there you go.
Not necessarily. If I take my fan off my gear and I hold the axle rod, I can spin it with my finger, and my finger's not a fucking.
So then, are you a dog? No, I'm just kidding.
Lord.
I've been doing this recently, which is like catching up on movie franchise just to give them a second chance. I've gone through the first two movies of the Fast and Furious franchise. Don't know how much further that's going to go. I'm severely confused how this spawned 7 other movies.
First
But
of
I did
all,
also watch. No,
Plotline, it's confusing to explain, like, the series of movies.
it's not that it's
In my-
confusing. It's well, to its defense, it's dated.
in my opinion, the first 3 releases, right? So Fast and Furious, 2 Fast and Furious, and Tokyo Drift were the 3 best Fast and Furiouses.
For sure, that's where, like,
That's
they
what the
peaked.
series is supposed to be. It's about racing cars.
Yeah, now they're in space.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah, number 3, Tokyo Drift is my favorite, and then the first one. I don't think Too Fast,
Too Fast, Too Furious is the best.
when you get to like
What?
Fast and the Furious 4, like it's amnesia and CIA agents and conspiracies and brainwashing but like 1, 2, and 3
This one, Fast
in
5.
order of release. That's what this whole series, the whole franchise should have
Yeah, it started out
continued
as
as.
street gang stealing VCRs. And
I don't know, that wasn't even like, while that was the plot, that wasn't what the movie was about. Racing.
I don't think
Fast
it's
and the
about
Furious,
racing.
like-
the first one is definitely about like family. It's the roots
no.
of Dom Toretto, bro. It is because like it's the whole reason why Paul Walker's character Brian stops being a cop and let Dom go away. It like completely throws you off thinking it's not Dom who's doing all of it because like he almost killed a dude about it for his dad. He is super protective of like his team, and it's like the root of like Dom being like it's all about family. It just makes sense, but it is
Terrible Vin Diesel.
it is. Oh, I don't care. It is majorly about racing, but I got more of a deeper vibe off of that, and I was like, all right, this movie. I thought the first one was okay. Had high hopes for the second, and I fell asleep towards the end. So.
I feel like first one is like higher on the drama and
Yeah.
not so much the action just because of the budget. Like
Mm-hmm.
now they've got a crazy. They've got the budget to go to space, so they're doing it.
Well, it's not even a budget thing. Like you just got to think about the content.
No, at that
of the
time
movie.
it was for sure.
No.
That's what I'm-
No. Listen to me. Like in the first movie, they're talking about Supras, 2JGs. They're talking about suspensions. They're talking about turbos. They talk about the cars. Everything is about the cars. He works at a car shop, like a car accessory store, right? He's getting NOS tanks. He's making updates in multiple different cars. He's building the fucking cars that he's racing. They're going into details about what's going on in the cars. They do that in the second one as well. Too Fast, Too Furious. Tokyo Drift, they do it less, but they still kind of do it. But when you get to the fourth one, like, they're not even talking about the cars they're driving. Like, you get the year, the make, and the model, and that's it. But in the first three, you're getting, like, parts list, you're getting tire companies, you're getting engine components, you're getting transmission details. Like, it's about the cars.
Are they like factual details though?
Fucking 2JZs and fucking 90 series Supras, like that's what you're getting.
I know that you're getting
especially
cars,
in Tokyo Drift, bro. They're talking about the Mona Lisa. You're talking about fucking, like, they talk. It's about the cars. It's about the racing.
It just goes back to a comment that we talked about earlier.
So it reminds me of that
90s, which is the pinnacle of like a lot.
Yeah,
cars. I think the 90s. I fucking love 90s.
I think the difference between me and Eric and Drew and Nathan, though, is that me and Eric are into cars, so we recognize when they're dropping that stuff.
I mean, I like the movies, but I don't know if I recognize most of the cars, but as far as when they're like speaking about the cars, they could be saying complete nonsense, and I wouldn't really. I mean, I have a rough idea of how a car works.
I'll give you a perfect example. That's something they did in Too Fast, Too Furious. They were trying to get the FBI agent to be his racing partner, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I just got a 12."
Jack Dosito, cuz.
No, he was just like, "Hey, I got my Nissan GTR. Should I put a Marco 12 or a Marco 24 in my engine?" And he was like, 24? And he's like, "A real racer would know that's a pizza joint."
Yeah. So stuff like that, is not in
right. Yeah, because it's
the
not
later
about the
movies,
cars
right?
or the racing anymore. It's about them being vigilantes.
Well, the thing about it is, if you're a car guy, when he asks that question, you're like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Versus if you're not a car guy, you're like, "Oh, he's just quizzing him about engines," and then you find out and it's the same. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't realize all of the details that they're dropping that you're missing in the first three movies. Does that make sense?
I like the first three.
One good thing I will say about the second movie is it has a lot of good like one-liners in it. I can't remember what exactly I can't remember exactly what he says, but there's one part where Brian just says "cuh," and it's so cringe. And it's so great.
R.I.P. though. R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah, for sure.
We not hungry no more.
My pockets ain't empty, cuz.
Oh, so it's good.
That dude's car collection was nuts.
It's like I think the cheesiest part of that whole movie, it might be the scene that you're talking about, Drew, is when he is trying to convince Tyrese's character to like team up with him, and he turns around and he's like, "Hey yo, whatever happens next, just let it go on."
Yeah.
Like whistles at him, and they wrestle on the ground for a little bit. I'm just like,
also, it was like, I think Tyreek's like first big movie. I could be wrong.
Baby Boy.
The demographic.
Oh yeah, Baby Boy was good. I love Baby Boy.
Was a good fucking movie, yeah.
I stand corrected. That movie's good as fuck. And then another series I decided to pick up is Fantastic Beasts. And I want to say I low-key like the Wizarding World a little bit more now. Because those movies are good.
Justice.
I like those movies.
I like them a lot as well. I had to rewatch The Crimes of Grindelwald to remember how crazy it was. Like, I thought I had a general outline of the movie in my head, and then I rewatched it. I was like, "Oh, I don't remember this. I don't remember this. I don't remember this." So I'm probably gonna binge them again right before the movie comes out, and then go drop and see it.
I also just rewatched it.
It's crazy, right? Like, you don't remember a lot of it. I feel like when you watch it for the second time.
I thought Ezra Miller's character was like just like a plot pushing device, because in the first movie, yeah, and then they like dropped the big bomb at the end of the movie. And I was just like, oh, okay, there's some more to this character. So I'm hoping he's more involved in the third one. Obviously, he should be, but we'll see. Because like in both movies, he's just like there for plot points. Like
Yeah, I feel like when I'm thinking about the plot now, like he was never the main plot for sure. So like
but he
he'll
definitely
either
was.
be like, well, because I don't know if it is like been. I was paying like super close attention to the details. Like I don't know if it's been inferred who his actual parents are, but unless his parents are some people that are like super.
Oh, you didn't finish the movie though.
Oh wait, then yeah, okay, then. What, I don't know who I thought that was at the
Spoiler
end.
alert!
I don't know.
If you haven't seen this movie that's been out for 3 years, but Ezra Miller is Dumbledore's brother.
Yeah, then they're obviously because I feel like that's what it's called the Crimes of Dumbledore, isn't it?
Yeah, Secrets of Dumbledore.
Secrets
Crimes
of Dumbledore.
Crimes of Grindelwald and Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably about how he kept all of his brother's crimes and
they don't infer that he's a brother.
And sheep fucking.
They infer that he's in the Dumbledore family. Right, so we don't know anything about the lineage of
his actual.
So we know Dumbledore's direct family, right? He had a brother, Aberforth, and a sister. I don't remember her name.
His brother fucks goats. Canonically, fucks goats. It's in the book.
I don't know what canonically means. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That means like it's canon.
Order.
And can't like she specifically included that information when she was writing the book.
Nonetheless, right? So we know we know Dumbledore's immediate family. We know he had a mom. We know he had a dad. We know he had a sister and a brother, right? But in the Crimes of Grindelwald, what they do is they say that a phoenix will always come to the aid of a Dumbledore. Right, and so Dumbledore was the surname of Dumbledore's father, obviously, which is why he inherited the name. So they don't directly say that he is a brother of Dumbledore. What they're saying is he's
probably
part of the Dumbledore family tree, right? So he could be the son of Dumbledore's father's brother or sister, right? Whether you know she had an illegitimate child before marriage, or you know her. His dad's brother had a baby, like
yeah, but like
it's just it's a Dumbledore family lineage.
He's the main plot in both movies, and I feel like he has the least screen time out of all the characters in that movie. In both movies, it's just weird.
And even his screen time is like it's not intense, really, like except for the part where he gets run up on, like. Yeah. That's a little intense, but like
jamming into the movie.
I think if you
granted, like he's like granted, I know that they're like just basing off of it being Ezra Miller and like the type of personality he kind of displays in that movie. I know they're building him up to be a bad guy, and so I guess these movies are like before he was a bad guy. So as of these movies, he's just like an innocent kid, like genuinely trying to figure out like where the fuck am I from?
But from a screen time perspective,
boring.
Though, you have to include
why his parents left him.
The time as an obscure as his screen time, because that's why he's an obscure. So
that's
whenever there's a fucking black mist ripping up the city, you have to include that into his screen time.
I mean,
right?
Yeah. But
I'm just saying, like in a screen time sense,
development. What I'm saying is like meaningful screen time. How about that? Meaningful screen time. He has almost none.
I think you mean dialogue. He doesn't. I mean, I guess he has a okay amount of dialogue, but it's just like, yeah, it's just
he just seems there, which is great for like the whole plot twist that they had in this end of the second movie.
Like even though he's supposed to be the main plot, he becomes the subplot of both movies.
At least he feels like it.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
I felt the exact same way when I was watching it, or I was just like. Every time it came back to him, I was just like, this fucking kid again.
Felt like filler.
Yeah.
But like the whole thing is like trying to get to him and like save him. But I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I'm very excited to see
Secrets of Dumbledore. Dumbledore. Also,
I just saw a TikTok about the third Harry Potter movie, how Newt Scamander is on the map.
Yeah.
I saw that.
He's not only on the map, he's in the books, right? So he writes Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And he is mentioned by name as the author of that book in the
But that's
actual
the only
book.
time he's mentioned, though, right?
Right, and the long-standing theory is since The Prisoner of Azkaban came out long before the Fantastic Beast movies were even signed on or written or even pitched, is that they used Newt Scamander on the Marauders map as an Easter egg because he is the author, a named wizard in Fantastic Beast, right? Rather than it being a direct correlation between the Fantastic Beast franchise movie set that has
It's like Miss Minutes is on the shirt, guys.
Don't even get me started.
I was no, 1,000.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's like. I think
See
it
what
was
I
just
didn't
like
see immediately. No,
Fantastic Beast wasn't like a planned thing, so they threw that in as an Easter egg.
yeah, because
in the
I mean,
movie,
Newt
and then
Scamander
it became a thing. Like out of all of the characters to pick in that universe, that's who they chose. I mean, they're good movies, but like interesting to. That's who you picked.
I think they did a lot around Fantastic Beast, the book, right? Like whenever they dropped the books, the Harry Potter books, I think they released the Fantastic
Yeah,
Beasts
it was one of
and Where to Find Them.
it was
book.
one of the
Yeah,
So,
it's one of
it
the few
makes
things
more
that she's
sense
written.
because it was a thing.
I don't know if I've. I don't know. I haven't read it. I've seen it on like Audible, and I think I've maybe listened to the preview.
It's. I mean,
like,
it's
this
not.
isn't
It's
what I'm
not
looking
even.
for.
You can't even like. It's a book in the sense that it's got a cover and pages in between it, but
Yeah,
it does. It's not a story, right?
Yeah, from my
Fantastic
understanding, it's
Beasts-
literally the book.
Okay, here, this is what it is. It's a Pokédex, right? Right. You open a
That's
page,
the
and that
book.
page is dedicated to hippogriffs or fucking thestrals or fucking
It's a copy of what the students got.
Yes.
yeah. The book that was released before the movies, it was literally just a catalog of fantastic beasts and where to find them in the sense of, you know, their pros, their cons, like what they like, what they dislike. Like it was a Pokédex of magical creatures.
I will say, it's probably because I like Doctor Who, but Newt's fit in the second movie is fucking fire. Like that gray jacket
Yes.
with the fucking yellow vest.
Call that boy Ranch because he be
Bro,
dressed.
Oh god, dude. He's dripping. How do you guys feel about Jude Law as Dumbledore? Because I think he at least gets the he has like speech patterns down.
I like it a lot. You're cutting
Yeah.
out heavy for me on Discord. I don't know if
It's
just me.
just Discord. It's just Discord.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I can piece it because I'm in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to hear what you're saying sometimes. Sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I just wanted you to be aware.
No, you're
of
good.
it.
I just like there's when I was watching it, there was like some words and the way that he said those words sounded just like the actor who played Dumbledore originally. Like
Yeah.
it's at the end whenever Newt shows him the blood pact, and he says, I think the way he said Merlin, he's like, by Merlin, how did you get that, or something like that, and he just said it just like Dumbledore. I was like, oh, okay, the casting makes sense.
Jude Law's a solid actor, honestly.
Yeah,
Great. And everything he's in.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen many movies with him in it.
I think you have. You would just have to Google him to know that you've seen him.
Well, I know I've seen the whatever movies. I know he's in Captain Marvel.
I don't know what you just said.
He's in Captain Marvel. He's the Kree soldier. Or Kree
Captain Marvel, yeah, 100%. Which I think he acted that great. Like a captain who cares for her but is still hiding a secret. I feel like I could really feel that from his display of that character. Like he cares. He obviously cared about her. They spent years together training and preparing. But I mean, he was a soldier through and through, and she was more driven by emotion, which is what they kind of drove the film by. And you know, you kind of
He
see
wants
that.
a skater boy. He says, "See you later, boy."
But I don't want to tangent completely. But can we please talk about the Avril Lavigne and the like?
Oh, he's in
the
Sherlock. Sherlock Holmes. I like him in that. Sorry.
Sherlock Holmes
With
Which one-
Robert.
Which,
Whatever.
yeah, he's
Robert Downey Jr.
He's
Watson.
Watson. Yeah,
Yeah, he is Watson.
He does a great
amazing
job.
Watson.
Those are good movies.
Those are
My favorite Watson is
Those-
still Lucy Liu, though.
Those hold up really well, I think, as well.
to this day.
I just watched them. not too
I
long
would
ago.
love to see a continuation past Book of Secrets. Yeah,
100%.
I just I would love to see that. Like one adaptation you never see is like an old Sherlock Holmes, and I feel like in like 10, 15 years, like they could bring it back and make a killing. Like a fucking 70-year-old fucking Robert Downey Jr. playing fucking Sherlock Holmes. He's been retired for X amount of years. Fucking whatever case brings him back, and he's got to bring it back. I think it would be
Batman Beyond style.
fire, bro.
Like you, I know you've read the books more, so like, is he like physical in the books, or is it more just detective work?
It's pretty
Like,
detective
he'd
work,
be
but he
throwing
does
hands.
know combat.
I know he knows it. I just
But
don't know if he'd be using it.
I would even say the Robert Downey Jr. movies make him more combative than he is in the books.
It's for
Like-
American audiences.
But you got to understand, these are written in the 1800s, right? There's no
Watson, get him!
there's not like movie pictures, right? So you don't have to fight the amount
movie
of
pictures.
the amount of action you get in a live action adaptation of something when you're writing
Right.
back then, right? A challenging of the mind was more important, right? Like putting clues in plain sight that tie back at the end in an Ocean 11 style playback. Like, damn, I did notice that, and damn, I did notice that, but I did not tie those two things together. When it reveals at the end of the plot in words, it was kind of a bigger thing than, oh, he punched him in his fucking throat and then he couldn't breathe. Like, it's action in words is less
Oh yeah, because you can sum it up with, and then they fight.
right. It's less drawing to a crowd than it is to
I understand.
play the mind games that you would get, from big reveals where you remember distinctly where things happen, but you did not connect those dots. Like, damn, I should have fucking put those together, but you didn't.
Yeah, well, like I know in the BBC one, he's not particularly physical.
Got a BBC.
I feel like he's fairly physical in the one with Lucy Liu, or maybe he's just in shape.
He is generally physical, but that was my favorite adaptation because, in my opinion, what I was
gonna say is like that. Those were my only reference points. So like, 2 out of my 3 reference points, like he's scrapping with motherfuckers. That he's like a
You watched
medieval
Sherlock?
Batman. Yeah,
Is that what you
I
said?
watched all. Yeah,
with Benedict Cumberdick.
yeah. That was the 3rd one that he wasn't like physical in. So it's just like, yeah, I like, as far as my exposure to him, he's been physical. So that's why I asked, just because I wasn't sure.
I feel like it's more
Yeah.
of a modern thing they've added to him to make him more appealing.
I mean,
to
for sure,
broader
it's
crowds.
definitely a way it's easier to sell. Like, and he's fighting crime, like literally fighting crime.
I think
Like,
Elementary was my favorite adaptation because I feel like while Robert Downey Jr. did a good job of being socially unacceptable, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who played in Elementary with Lucy Liu did a way better job, and like, you generally dislike him a lot of the time.
Imagine being cast to star as Sherlock Holmes and being referred to on a podcast as the Sherlock with Lucy Liu.
First of all, Lucy Liu is a huge actress.
For sure.
I would
But-
say the epitome of Asian actresses. I feel like no one knows an Asian actress's name more than Lucy Liu.
No, for sure. I just thought it was funny that it's like you called the main character by the side characters, like by the sidekick's real name.
I mean, it sucks, but I mean, it's also TV, and you got to think there's been some
No,
crazy
I'm
big
not.
Sherlocks. Robert
Right.
Downey Jr., Benedict Cumberbatch. Like, it's hard to, like, if you're not in something else as reference. Like Lucy Liu,
Right.
I don't remember her. I don't remember Lucy Liu as Lucy Liu because she's Watson in Elementary. I remember her because she's Charlie's Angels.
She
right?
was. Yeah, I was gonna say she's a Charlie's Angels,
Right? So if
That's where I remember Cameron Diaz from.
not Shrek.
I remember,
but it's
Charlie's
like
Angels
it's
for me.
kind of hard to put a face to that one.
Yeah,
Like
facts.
she's a literal ogre. Like maybe the first one.
Cameron Diaz.
Which is the Ben Stiller movie with something about Mary or some shit. I've never
Great
seen
movie.
that. Never seen it.
I feel like Ben Stiller is one of those actors. You remember Ben
I love
Stiller?
Ben Stiller.
No, but it's a Ben Stiller movie. It's like, name one Ben Stiller's character's name.
Uh,
Danny Colfax.
Zoolander. Yeah.
See, I'm not a Zoolander person.
Zoolander.
Zoolander's funny as fuck.
It's good.
I'm not a Zoolander
I
person.
think Sandy Colfax was his name. I don't know. Maybe that was his sidekick's name. Which, if so, that's hilarious.
Like, that's like an Adam Sandler thing for me. Like, I remember Billy Madison, obviously, because that's the name of the movie, but, like, I don't remember the
Little
guy's
Nicky
name in Big
Moore.
Daddy. Is Adam
Mr.
Sandler?
Deeds' name was Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, his last name was Deeds.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of in Click. I don't remember what.
Yeah,
his
what's
name
Happy
was.
Gilmore? That's his name's not Happy Gilmore. It's
Yeah,
not
it is.
Gilmore.
Yeah,
It is. His name is Happy Gilmore.
His name's Happy.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's
the name of
crazy.
the
Yeah,
movie.
I never even thought of that. Yeah, I can't think of any. Like,
I think it's because
It's like a Jack Black thing. Like, certain actors are known as being like, what was the name of the character in
Dewey.
School of Rock?
Dewey Cox, or not Dewey Cox, Dewey Fan.
Okay, but that was like
you got it though.
The answer. That was like the answer.
You asked him and he answered.
that's the guy.
That is also genuinely one of my favorite movies. Like when I watch that movie, I don't do it, but like I did it as a kid, I guess. But like I could literally like line by line quote that entire fucking.
That's how it's with Blazing Saddles.
Part.
But like with the Adam Sandler
Harry
thing,
Potter
he
movies.
comes from a generation where actors like you went to go see that actor just because they were in it. If that makes any sense, like those are Adam Sandler movies. Like
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
yeah. Ironically enough, they both always play the same character. Unless no, because he's got like the Cobbler and Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
What you got?
The
Click?
Cobbler is a very good movie. Yeah, Click. I already mentioned that.
Spanglish.
Spanglish.
It wasn't a great movie, but I mean, we're just talking about range of acting. Like, it was
statistically, it is his like one of his better. Like a lot of people think that's like one of his best movies. Rain Over Me.
Spanglish?
Yeah. Rain Over Me.
Rain
was
on
like-
Fire was a great movie.
Right,
Matthew
no, is that
McConaughey,
No.
fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I haven't seen
I haven't seen too many
Steven
Matthew
Spielberg?
McConaughey movies.
You haven't seen a lot of... Dude, Matthew McConaughey is a fucking gem.
Sahara. You haven't seen
Uncut
Sahara,
Gems.
bro?
I don't think I've seen Sahara.
Dallas Buyers
I have
Club?
seen no. Isn't that-
Dallas Buyers Club. So that movie
I watched the trailer the other day.
was based on
Dude with AIDS.
not just based on but one of like the main characters in that movie was based off of Emily's dead uncle. Yeah. He had AIDS. He's gay and he had AIDS.
Did he give the main character AIDS? I don't know.
No.
Bro,
We should
plot
talk
twist,
about
probably.
this.
Have you not seen True Detective season 1?
No.
I don't even know.
That's
what that
Matthew
is.
McConaughey.
Every time I
and,
heard that, every time I heard of that show, I got it mixed up with like, what isn't there like True Blood? Isn't that a vampire show?
yeah.
I always got those mixed up when
You
I
should
heard
watch
Matthew McConaughey, and I was like, it's so weird that he said that.
What are True Detective?
True Detective.
I thought Matt.
Are you talking to me or Nathan?
I was talking
Okay,
about
so me, all of you should watch True Detective if you're into like grungy detective shows, like almost like not the like comic book style of Sin City, but the real grittiness of Sin City.
SVU type shit.
you said
No,
grungy detective and something in the way just popped into my head.
because like SVU is almost cheesy, and this is not cheesy at all. Like, it's very gripping, right? And the storyline is immaculate, and the acting is immaculate, and the character development is immaculate.
I've got something else that's gripping.
But yeah, if you're into
Drew's face.
like crime and then just general good cinematography and really good writing with character development, you should watch True Detective. At least the first season.
I need
with
something
Matthew
new to watch.
McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. It was amazing.
I've been watching Yellowstone. I'm on like season 2, episode
I thought you were on season 3.
8. No, I never told you I was on season
Fuck.
8. On season 2.
Yellowstone was so good. I hate Beth so
That's pretty good.
much.
I've just like, the pandemic has really ruined me in the sense of like my attention span. So like I watched The Army of the Dead earlier, and then just some parts of the movie I'm just gonna skip.
Bro, I
I
watched
do that a lot. With,
I watched today.
Yellowstone.
Let me tell you about it. Today I watched half an episode of Vikings, and then I watched 3/4 of Scream, and then I watched 1.5 episodes of Suits, and then I finished the first Scream, played 1/4 of Scream 2, and then I went back to Vikings, watched the last half of the first episode, and then the first quarter of the second episode, and then I went back to Suits, watched 10 minutes, decided I wasn't in the mood for that. Then I watched 7 YouTube videos. And then after those 7 YouTube videos, I just listened to Apple Music for a little bit. But I picked 4 different stations before getting to the third song because I couldn't pick which station I wanted to listen to. And that was all while I was at work.
Honestly, I feel that. Like, I mean, granted, I know you were enjoying most of it, but like I recently like rewatched both Avatar series, and like after Korra ended, I was just like, well, now I really don't know what to watch, and then I realized I hadn't watched the last 2 seasons or the most 2 recent seasons of It's Always Sunny, so I watched that. Super funny. And then after that, like there's like 3 shows that I'm keeping up with right now weekly, and that's just because I started them when I didn't have a job, and now that like
what are the 3 shows?
Bel Air, which is like the Fresh Prince remake.
So fucking good.
Yeah, like I don't hate it. Like I just think Carlton's, I don't know, like I don't know what they're doing with his character. I feel like he keeps yo-yoing back and forth between like, all right, I'm not gonna be a piece of shit, and like, oh, I'm a piece of shit, but I guess that's just an addict. I don't fucking know. And then the whole like thirst trap Hillary thing, I was like, like I understand that it's relevant, I guess, with the times, but that's whack. Like some of their interpretations of the characters aren't my
Hillary
favorite.
Back in the day was a thirst trap.
For sure, I mean, she was definitely very vain. I don't know. But
Thirst trap and vain are like not the same word, I feel like.
They're not.
But yeah, and then
it's updated, right? You got to keep up with the time.
No, for sure. That's what I said. Is like I understand that like it's relevant like right now, but the other show is Resident Alien, which is what's the dude's name?
The guy from Knight's Tale, the redhead.
No one started Euphoria yet?
Alan
Fuck no.
Tudyk? Alan Tudyk?
Yeah, Alex Tudyk.
I think you should watch 3 episodes and tell me you don't finish the season.
I think you should fuck off, Kyle.
You have something better to do, Drew?
Yeah, it's called not watching fucking Euphoria.
All I know is that from that outfit, I'm going to fucking show up in Venice one day. I'm going to be taking my chick on a fucking romantic ass date. We're going to be in this goddamn boat. I'm going to look back and Drew's going to have a big ass stick. Just...
All right, Kyle.
That was good.
All right.
Oh, that was solid. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was good. It is like it's very gondola Venice.
Gondola. I've been trying to think of the word for 50 minutes.
But Resident Alien, it's got Alan Tudyk. He's been in a bunch of shit. You may know him from Rogue One. He was the guy that was the robot, the big funny one.
Solid role.
Yeah. So he plays an alien that like crash landed on Earth to like prepare it for like mass.
Is this animated?
No, it's
live action.
He plays an alien. So there, he comes to Earth to prepare it for like a mass destruction, and then kind of like just discovers humanity, and is like in the process of trying to save the world. But it's just funny to see like he's very good at like pretending to be a guy that's an alien pretending to be a guy.
It's because he's a god tier actor.
He is. He's a really good actor.
Disguised as a dude playing another dude, honestly.
Basically. And then the other show, I honestly can't think of the actual name of it. I just keep calling it the Magic Johnson show.
About Magic Johnson?
Yeah, it's like
it's
the
HBO
Lakers, whatever, like the show about.
Yeah, like I realized I don't particularly. I mean, I've never been to an NBA game. Like I would be open to going one because going to most live sporting events is pretty fun. But
the Dallas Maps are entertaining,
right? And I enjoy playing basketball from time to time. Like when that used to happen, I haven't played it in forever because I'm lazy. I realized I enjoy watching like basketball movies or like documentaries, but I don't particularly give a shit about watching it on TV or like trying to keep up with it as a current sport.
That's
I
fair.
agree with that 100%. Except I don't even like watching the documentaries.
I don't know. The Michael Jordan one was fascinating. I really enjoyed it.
As soon as they do
Never
30
watched
for
it.
It's a
30
peak
for the
into an era, for
2011
sure.
Mavericks, I'd be ready for that.
I've watched a lot of like 30 for 30s and lots of different basketball like rivalries for players specifically. I think I like it's like it reminds me of when I was a kid and I would like go to the library on like library day or whatever. And like I was lazy so I didn't get like actual books to read and I would just like go get like the sports books and like a lot of them would just be like about this one specific person. So it's kind of like that, but for an adult.
I don't know if you can trigger any memories, but I remember going to the library and there was magazines, but like they were in a binder with a clear front cover. Fucking weird.
I feel like I kind of maybe remember that, but it would have been like an I Spy magazine type shit.
I don't know what type of magazine it was. I just know it was a magazine. I think some of them were like scientific magazines. I don't
Pages were stuck together. It was super fucking weird.
honestly.
I have a core memory of Playboy being in the library for sure.
No shot. What?
100%. It was
What?
in Vegas.
Of course, it's in Vegas.
Lines up.
It was a public library.
Could you,
yeah, definitely
you do
not a school
blow off the
library.
covers as well?
I mean, I'm sure you could
hypothetically,
probably find them in like, I mean, maybe not now because that type of porn is super outdated. But I feel like in the early to mid 2000s, you probably could have found a Playboy in most public libraries.
yo, $1 billion idea right here.
All right.
What's popular right now in modern art?
Selfies.
Couldn't tell you.
Porn,
No, come on, think tech art,
no holes.
Drone art.
like the type of art.
Spray paint.
Tech art?
NFTs.
Only
Oh my
think-
god, y'all
Oh,
are all
god
fucking-
damn.
Yeah.
And,
I don't, that's not real art,
Because
Kyle.
none of us give a shit about
You said
NFTs.
art.
God.
Or fucking scams.
You said art.
Okay, you know who gets paid on scams? The people
Not
who think
money
of them.
laundering schemes.
I think
All I'm
Kyle's got a
saying
point.
is there is no NC-17 XXX NFTs right now. And if we cornered that market and turned old Playboys into NFTs, we're billionaires.
I mean,
Then we can
technically,
get
OnlyFans is
sued
just
by
NFTs.
Playboy.
I mean, but we'll be able to afford it, honestly.
I think it's a great idea.
Seize all of our assets, won't they?
We can start with
Oh, you
just
know,
You have to
Pictures
put
of
the
the
word
butthole.
Playboy on it, obviously. But I mean, just the general idea.
Legally, you can't. So
Like a GIF you can own through blockchain of raunchy shit.
I mean, I would say the easiest way to scam somebody is through an NFT. So, god damn it, I'm in.
God damn it! That motherfucker turned on.
That was a great episode.
Yeah. In news that nobody cares about, but is also surprising, Survivor has started its 42nd season tonight
Yeah.
during this airing.
Just to put a caveat on this, please understand that they do multiple seasons a year, so we're not on our
I
42nd.
understand.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general.
for
I
our
just want
idiot
to
listeners,
just want to caveat this. This is not the 42nd year of Survivor, so before you comment, there's no way Survivor's been on for 42 years.
it's 21 years though, for sure.
It's
They
been
do
on for
multiple
Yeah,
seasons
two
a year.
seasons
2 seasons a year.
Yeah.
That's
like,
I honestly
there's another
cannot
show I just
say
saw.
I've never sat down and watched a full episode of Survivor.
I have.
Like,
My
from-
dad's
I think I
a
have
big
like at a
Survivor fan.
friend's house before.
I like to see like the clips of the older shows on TikTok, like where they buy things now.
I like seeing them now, but I don't
like it.
think me as a child would have stopped and found that interesting. Like I find
I've
it
never
interesting
found it
because I'm like,
interesting.
holy shit, this is insane that this was allowed.
If I want to watch something like that, I'll just watch Naked and Afraid.
Never watched that at all.
Yeah,
Naked and Afraid is legit. It's
I disagree with you wholeheartedly on that one.
I always
Naked and Afraid seems to me
outdoorsy
like the
surviving shows though, like Bear Grylls.
right.
Man vs. Wild was my shit.
Man vs. Wild is dope, but like, there's no
River Monsters
situation
was sick.
in current Earth that you can't find some fucking clothes, bro.
Yes, there
No
is.
shot.
If you crash land in the middle of the Amazon rainforest, you're gonna find clothes,
You'll
Kyle.
be wearing clothes when you crash land.
Butt
what if
ass
they burned
naked.
off you? You know.
If they burned off,
What type of clothes are we talking about?
That
Because now
wasn't
they're
the- that
melted
wasn't
on
your-
my
that
skin.
wasn't your argument. What happens if your clothes get covered in like tree sap? What then, bro?
You wash them.
Got some
Yeah,
sappy ass clothes. I'm in the rainforest, bro. Who gives
I'm
a
not just
shit?
gonna get naked.
I'm not going to work in the morning.
You're gonna
I
wake
got
up
some
with a
sap
bunch
on
of
my
ants
shirt.
on
you.
I just
Consistency of
survived
sap, Nathan.
Eric, I just survived
It
a
was like
plane crash. I don't
you
think I'm
get
worrying about
outside.
some
You're
sap.
naked to go outside right now,
Rainforest, you
Eric.
dumb fuck.
Take your fucking clothes
What?
off and go outside.
All I hear
You'll be
right now
begging
is
for
Eric's
some tree sappy
weakness.
clothes.
Eric's weakness
Oh,
is
well.
sap. Throw some sap on him and it's fucking over.
Mine's oppression.
We talk about
Throwback
kryptonite. Them earthlings hate sap, bro. Tree
know what?
cum, fuck you.
I don't. You know what I'm oddly afraid of? There are like two things that make me jump. Spiders, which I think we've discussed that already, and this like it doesn't necessarily have to even be specific to this example, but specific enough. When you go to the haunted house and there's sometimes the people that crawl. Those people fucking terrify me, but like anything below my knee, I don't fucking do. Like
So
even
you
in
dick?
like a
Hey,
ladies.
I mean your foreskin.
Hey, well, come on.
I'm fucking antelope.
Like
tusk.
the movie Mama, overall, I was creeped out by that movie, and like I'm not really like spooked by most horror movies. Like
You're what?
I'm not really spooked by most horror movies.
Okay.
One more time. I get you cutting out.
And then, so like, Mama creeped me out. Like the scene where they discover the kids after they've become feral for the first time and they scutter across the ground. Like the character in the shot that's not the child scuttling across the ground has like a scuttering. I don't know.
Nah, it's just a great word.
Either way,
You said it right.
he's got like a 44 Magnum. I'm in that scenario. No shot. I'm not just all six of those shots in whatever direction that thing just scuttled towards.
First of all, anybody who's carrying a revolver is an idiot.
I mean, the whole movie
I'd
was
carry a
dumb,
revolver as a
Kyle. They go
backup
up
gun.
on the mountain with two kids and come back down with
Carry a
one.
smaller fucking single stack Glock.
Have you not seen that old ass white dude that's like he has like a gun, right? So if you semi-automatic weapons jam if they're not completely aligned. So if someone in your gun, you're not going to be able to fire because the slide is backed up off the
Eric, how many revolvers do you own?
handle.
But also, you know,
one.
if someone
One.
pushes
Nice.
their body
I didn't
against
know you had
my
any.
gun
Revolver.
and I can't fire, you know what I do? This.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not always going to be in that situation to back your arm up, right? Like if you're pinned behind,
hopefully-
Okay, first of all, if
never.
you're holding it,
If you're
if
pinned
you're
up against
if you're
a
holding a
wall.
revolver as a backup gun, that means you have a semi-automatic as the original gun. It's not like they're going to push their body up against your semi-automatic. It's not going to fire. You're going to pull out your backup revolver,
But
push it
your-
up
your
against
whole
their
argument
body,
was saying,
and then
no shot, never
shoot.
carrying a revolver. And I'm
I feel
telling
like
you
I've
why
seen a
people
lot of
carry
movies where they
revolvers. That's a
just
solid
press
reason
a
I
gun
know why
against
people carry
somebody and they're
revolvers.
just like,
That's a movie, Nathan, right? Like a,
yeah, I understand that, but
I've also seen robots come from space and transform into vehicles in a movie, but it's not a
after this
real
is
thing.
over, I'll show you.
I'm just saying, if that is what stops a bullet, then bulletproof vests would be obsolete. Like if you could just get super close to it and it wouldn't fire.
Man, I was with you until your end argument there, buddy.
Yeah,
Because
I
a bulletproof.
and that's been
No, it's-
SpaceBar Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Week 17, episode 17. It's been a good run so far.
And before we all
We're in
stop
it to win.
recording, I just want to remind everybody who's listening or watching, you're breathing. Enjoy manually breathing for the next couple of minutes.
Oh, you're blinking? You're blinking again? You're not blinking. Your eyes are watering because you need to blink. Just go ahead and blink.
Yeah, enjoy that. All right, bye, everybody.